Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. We are here today because I'm gonna be doing this face. This has no powder. No powder. Can you see the glow? Now, I did a no powder face look because Makeup Forever reached out to me. They wanted me to try out their brand new Ultra HD self-setting concealer. And I said, what, new concealer? What's that? Anyway, so I tried out the concealer. I really liked it, and I think you guys are gonna love it too. One thing that's very nice about it, I know there's a ton of super full coverage concealers out there. This one is a really nice medium buildable coverage, but it's very thin and it's very lightweight, which I feel like for the under eye area is very refreshing. And also it's self-setting, which I was kind of like, but you don't have to set your under eyes, which I think is really great if you're trying to get away from powders. Without powder, you just have such a more youthful, fresh, glowing look. It's also easier to touch up if you need to. So anyway, back to the concealer. It comes in 22 shades and it's $28. And it's available now at Sephora and Sephora inside JCPenney's. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys how I use it with my foundation. And then I was just like, let me just do all liquids on my face, no powder, anything. So that way you can see how everything kind of looks together, and I feel really good about my skin right now. I feel like in 2019, I'm really trying to focus on the skin. All right, to prime, I want to use something that's not as hydrating as what I normally use because I'm not going to be doing powder. So I'm going to use a smoothing primer. This is the Makeup Forever smoothing primer. So I'm just going to apply this all over the skin. If I need to, I can always add like a hydrating primer to areas that I know don't get oily, like up here or down here, I know don't get oily. But for this area here, I definitely wanna have a more smoothing primer. So now I'm gonna be doing my foundation. I'm gonna use the Ultra HD today. This is shade Y315. I started like a new skincare routine this week, a toner and moisturizer. So excited to see how it turns out. I've got a lot of dark spots that I'm trying to get rid of, so I'm hoping this works because that would be really cool, you know? All right, so I'm doing a little extra coverage right here on the cheek. I like to come in with a second layer. I still have to do my forehead. All right, so we've got the layer of the foundation all over the skin. I didn't do my nose yet. So this is what I like to do a lot of times during the summer, but lately my skin has just been more oily in general. So I like to use a matte foundation in the center of my face. I've been doing that for a really long time, especially with no powder. I feel like it's the way to go. I'm all about mixing, using multiple different foundations. Just use it where you need it, you know? Do what makes sense. This is the Matte Velvet Skin Y315. Just taking the same brush, I'm gonna pat it on the nose and then slightly on top of this area right here. Slightly. Like for me, I feel like this is such a great way to not have a super oily T-zone, but also not have a matte foundation all over my whole face if the matte look is not what I am wanting at that time. So I just like to stipple it in. If you get oily and your chin, you're just trying to dot it on, like so. Also gives a little additional coverage. Who doesn't like that? Whenever I'm doing very like minimal eye looks, I like to add my foundation pretty much all over the face. I'm not gonna do directly on the under eye because I'm gonna do concealer, but like all in this area here. And then I just leave a brow bone highlight. It's just my skin. And now to conceal, I'm gonna be using Makeup Forever's new product, the Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. One thing that I wanted to let you guys know, when you're picking out this shade of concealer, know that the actual packaging has a gray tint to it. It protects it from light. So just make sure if you're looking for your color, don't judge it based on the outside of the packaging because it does make it look a tad more gray. But I'm gonna be using shade number 30. If I want to make it a little bit brighter, I'll dip into 21, but we'll see. Normally when I don't do a bold eye, I don't like to do a bright concealer. One thing that's really nice about this concealer is it has a nice medium coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy at all. Full coverage concealers, they just feel so heavy and it's kind of hard to wear, but this one's super lightweight. Just take my beauty blender. Everybody always tells me like I'm so gentle with my beauty blender, and I just want to know how hard you guys hit your face is what I want to know. So this concealer is buildable, so I'm adding another layer, and this is shade number 31 this time. So I'm just adding another layer here, and then I'm gonna buff it out just for a little bit of additional extra coverage in my area, you know. And then I'm gonna take number 31 again and apply it here. Ooh, that was a good straight line. Yeah. Murdered. So I'm just buffing this out with a beauty blender. Buffs out super nicely. And then believe it or not, we're not gonna set it. That's right. Self-setting concealer, people.
Ever heard of it?
Ever heard of it? Not gonna set it. We're not using any powder. We're gonna be nice and glowy. This looks really good. And this, I did not pre-conceal my under eye right here, which, you know, a lot of the times I do, but I did not. I feel very good about my under eyes at this moment. So you wanna see it? Look at it. Get up in there. So now what I want to do is bronze up the skin, and to do that I'm going to use another shade of the concealer. This is shade number 44, and I'm going to use this to lightly sculpt, but this is mainly like a bronzing color. So I'm just going to take some of this concealer, put it here, and just going to warm up the skin a little bit. This year I'm feeling like people are going to be using a lot less powder. I personally, when I do my under eyes, I don't like to use a lot of powder anyway. I do use some, but if I use a lot of powder, oh my gosh, it's not cute. So now we're gonna move on to blush, and we're gonna keep it with the liquid theme. I'm trying out this new product I just got. This is from Flower Beauty, the Blush Balm in the color Pinched. Matches my backdrop totally. I also got this color too, Cinnamon, which looks really pretty. Maybe I'll mix it together. So here is the color Pinched, right there. Okay, that's kind of cute. Do you ever feel it? You're just like, oh.
I have yet to have that feeling.
Oh, that's kind of cute. It's very like sheer, which I think is good for a liquid blush, because when they're not sheer, it's like, whoa. This color is a little bit light. I'm gonna take a little bit of the cinnamon and mix it in. Oh, that's cute. Work, cinnamon. My cheek kind of looks like glass, and that's one thing that I'm 100% here for. Putting a little bit more cinnamon. When you see like the glot, like a little shine right there, that's when you know like, oh, okay, she's not wearing powder. That's real life. Right here, never. Now I'm gonna do my highlight glow. This is the e.l.f. I don't know what it's called because they don't have labels on the packages. So it's the e.l.f. I want to say liquid luminizer or something along those lines. This product here.
I think it's called the Illuminizer.
Is it called the Illuminizer?
Yeah.
That's interesting that you know that and I don't know that. I'm kind of diffusing the product around with my finger, so I don't put on too much at a time. Wherever you feel good about highlighting is where you want to start. So I'm going to start back here. And since I'm not wearing powder, I can take it all the way up here. A little bit onto the brow bone, a little bit on the nose. All right, so I really want this look to be more focused on the skin, so I'm gonna keep the eye very simple, just a little liner. This is the Bobbi Brown Golden Bronze Sparkle Liner. This one's like really easy to use if you're doing a wing, just saying, the little tip on here. A little flickaroo. Just a little something, you know. I'm just gonna curl my lashes and put on some mascara. All right, while my mascara is drying, I'm gonna take some matte bronzer. This is from Milk Makeup in the color Baked, and this is a cream product, okay? And I'm gonna use this to contour in here. This is like one thing, especially when I don't have eyeshadow on, but even if I have a winged liner, that like makes me wanna do it even more as contour in here. I just feel like it's 100% necessary.
Take it there then.
I'm going to, John.
All right.
Watch me. You can even take it, I'm just gonna take a little bit into the socket right here, just to add a little bit more definition to the crease. There we go. You can see a slight difference over here. It adds just a little bit of warmth into the crease. Really quick, easy way without having to do like full on eyeshadow. Just to add a little bit of def. You like that? It's lash time. I'm gonna throw on some lashes. These still keep the overall look still pretty soft, not crazy dramatic. I love having a naked lower lash line with a winged liner and a lash. I don't know why, I just love it. So I'm not gonna do anything on the lower lash line, and I just wanna keep the eyes nice and light. All right, so now for the lip, I wanna do like a deeper rosy pink tone. So I'm gonna start with my favorite pencil on the planet, Wherever Walnut, from Makeup Forever. For lipstick, I'm gonna be using this one from YSL Beauty. This is their Slim Lipstick in the shade number 12. I have worn this formula quite a few times, very comfortable and very pigmented. So what do we think? How are we feeling?
Loves.
Are we loving? It's kind of weird that I didn't wear any powder. I'm totally fine with not setting my under eyes. I would probably only do right here because this is where I get like a weird fallout situation. I think it's my mascara from my top lashes that touches my, could it get all the way down there? I think it is. I'm not sure what it is, but I would probably just set right there, but I still feel really good about not setting the rest of my face. And I think my skin just looks really fresh. Maybe I look 28 now? 28, huh? So I hope you guys have a very good rest of your year. Happy New Year. Be safe, be healthy, eat lots of cheese, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, let's get this tendril out of the way. It's taking up so much space. When did you say I have raccoon eyes? You said that to me? Are you jealous of my tendrils, John?
Your tendies?
Yeah. You probably said I had bad under eyes, like hollow. My chicken tendies?
That sounds like something I would say.
You said I have hollow under eyes.
Bad under eyes.
You said, Katie, your under eyes pre-concealer are a mess.
I said, your under eyes, no good.
Not a fan.